Hello, everyone. This is Logan59XP here for the not at all planned whatsoever first episode of the Nin-Cast for Season 6 and for the year, and also the first episode of the Nin-Cast here back on the main channel since 2018. Now, let me explain what's going on here. Now, this was not planned whatsoever, so why am I doing this? Well, so obviously, we're here to talk about the Nintendo Direct, but the reason why I'm doing this discussion, and we're doing also this live as opposed to pre-record like we normally do, is because my reactions to the Direct weren't saved, because even though OBS said it was live, apparently it wasn't. Because once I ended the stream and I checked back on my channel, it turns out the stream didn't even start. So all those reactions, which granted only really one of them matters a ton, and we'll get to that one in a second, but all the reactions gone. So all my reactions to this Direct are gone. So if you're wondering where they are, they will not be coming because apparently I screwed up or OBS screwed up or something. I mean, this is my first time trying to do like a, having like, the upcoming live. That's my first time doing the upcoming live streams thing from within the OBS like integration, not like separately like I used to back in the day when I used to stream these on YouTube a lot. But yeah, so point is, either I screwed up or OBS screwed up, and the stream didn't end up actually stream. And so because of that, my reactions aren't saved, and therefore I don't have like I want to talk about this on a stream because apparently the other stream didn't save. So that's the long and short of it. The only reason why I'm doing this is because the stream didn't actually work. So I want to talk about this Direct. I want my kind of opinions on it out there. But since my reactions and also post-Direct talk from that stream apparently didn't actually happen, I figured we might as well just do it in a Nin-Cast, particularly live, because it's not really worth trying to do it pre-recorded at this point, because I just want to talk about it real quick. This isn't going to be super, super long, but yeah. So anyways, long story short, we're here today for the, again, not at all planned. I had other Nin-Casts I wanted to do for the first episode of the year and for the first one back on the main channel, but life gives lemons, or sorry, whatever this, the life lemons, analogy, whatever. Okay, enough with all that preamble. Let's go ahead and get into this. So, what's my overall thoughts on this Direct as a whole? Actually, pretty solid. It's not the best Direct ever, but for the first Direct of a year especially, I think this is the best February/March/April Direct we've had in a long time. Because normally, like, the first Direct of the year, it normally doesn't have that much because they're saving a lot of their big announcements for, like, E3 or later. But this one, actually, while it didn't have anything, I guess, overall that's, like, earth-shattering in the grand scheme of things, we had some pretty solid announcements. So we kicked it off with the announcement of Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, which literally nobody was expecting and also literally nobody asked for, but you know what? They did Age of Calamity after Breath of the Wild came out, so I guess them doing a Three Houses Warriors game after Three Houses came out, I guess isn't too surprising. I don't have that much to say about it. I'm still working my way through actual Three Houses, so I don't really have anything to comment on as far as this game goes, other than no one really expected it, and it's coming out in June, so if you like Three Houses, I'm sure you're excited for this, but for everyone else, it's just kind of like, oh, that's neat, but there's not much else to really say about it other than that. Now, you want to talk about a game that's actually a fairly big deal? We are finally getting a new Mario Strikers. Now, I've never played the Mario Strikers games, but the impression I have gotten over the years is that they're the most, like, beloved of, like, the Mario spin-offs that's not Mario Kart or Mario Party. And we'll talk about Mario Kart in a second. We'll talk about Mario Kart in a second. But Mario Strikers is definitely of all of the Mario spin-offs that are not Mario Kart or Mario Party, I think Mario Strikers is definitely the most popular. Yeah, between, Mario Golf, Mario Tennis, all of those games, Mario Strikers is definitely the most beloved, and I've seen for years and years people have been asking for a new game, or even a port. And what do you know? We're getting a new one. And at first, I was like, okay, because when they first showed it, I was like, okay, new Mario sports game, this was kind of to be expected. And then the second I saw that it was soccer, and then especially after I saw them do that, like, 2D artwork thing that the Strikers games used to do, I was like, oh yeah, even though I've never played a single Strikers game in my life, this is Strikers. So for everyone that was really hoping for our new Strikers to finally happen, well, you got your wish. Looks pretty neat. I like that they have the 2D animate, like, whatever you want to call it, like the 2D overlay thing, the animation that's like 2D. I don't know what you call it. I'm sure there's a name for it. That looks really cool. I actually do have Mario Strikers. I have the first Mario Strikers on GameCube, the Japanese version. Actually, my friend gave me last year, which is kind of interesting. I have the Japanese version of Melee and the Japanese version of Mario Strikers, which is kind of funny. They're the two Japanese GameCube games I have, but I've never played it though. Never played Strikers, but yeah, so personally, I don't have much to say about Strikers, but you know what? Pretty cool. Like, definitely, like, they could have opened, honestly, with that and not Fire Emblem. I think that would have gotten a bigger reaction, but you know what? It doesn't matter. We got it. So for everyone that was really hoping for a new Mario Strikers, you got your wish. Then we saw a little bit of Splatoon 3. Now, I was hoping we would see more of it. I was expecting more of a, like, not like a big blowout. Like, we're going to get a Splatoon 3 Direct, obviously, in the coming months, but, or, before launch. But I was kind of hoping we'd see more, but especially because, basically all they really showed for Splatoon 3 was Salmon Run is back. So I said in my Splatoon 3 videos that I did, like, last year after the game was announced, I said that we were going to get a brand new co-op mode and not Salmon Run. Well, clearly I was wrong. Now, I'm honestly okay with that, because I like Salmon Run. The only complaint I really have with Salmon Run is just the fact that it didn't get as much content updates as the multiplayer, which isn't that surprising, but still. And also the fact that, of course, Salmon Run has that infamous, time limitation thing where you can only play at certain hours or certain days of the week, which literally nobody liked. Hopefully that's gone. We'll obviously find out later if that's the case or not, but I really hope that they get rid of that time limit and you can just play Salmon Run whenever the heck you want. Outside of that, though, it's basically, yeah, it's Salmon Run. New maps, new weapons, new enemies, it's Salmon Run. So, not really much to say about it. I'm sure that people go more, I'm sure Game Explain and whatnot will have their super in-depth analysis, and they'll find a bunch of new stuff I didn't notice. But for the most part, it was just kind of like, okay, Salmon Run, it's back. Cool, I like Salmon Run, looking forward to that. But overall, not much to say about it, other than we do have a confirmed release date, kinda. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention the release date for Mario Strikers. But Mario Strikers is also coming out in June, which is actually really surprising because we're getting a new Fire Emblem, technically, and a new Mario Strikers in the same, they're like a week apart, I think. Mario Strikers is like June 10th, and Three Hopes, it's a Three Houses game. I think that's coming out like a week later, so they're really close to each other, which is very interesting. I mean, they're not the biggest games ever. They're like, B tier games, all things considered. Not knocking the games themselves, of course, but I mean, like, compared to like a Splatoon, like Splatoon 3 is like an A tier title. Mario Strikers, Fire Emblem Warriors, Three Hopes, those are like that's like a B tier. We're like, yeah, it's cool, it's a thing. People will definitely be excited for it, but it's not gonna, consoles are not gonna fly off the shelves because of it. The copies aren't gonna fly off the shelves either, for those games. But Splatoon 3 will definitely sell well. But yeah, so Splatoon 3, yeah, they basically just showed that Salmon Run is back, and it's like, okay, cool. And the release date is summer 2022, which is kind of like, well, no freaking duh. It's going to be summer 2022. I mean, why? When else was it going to come out? May? Maybe? Get it? May? Maybe? But yeah, I mean, maybe it would have been May, but I was thinking it'd be July. I always thought it was going to be like July, probably. At least sometime in the summer. And obviously I'm right. But we don't know if it's July. Maybe it will. There's no way it's coming out in June. Because again, they already have Mario Strikers and Fire Emblem. Why would they put out Mario Strikers, Fire Emblem, and Splatoon all in the same month? There's no reason to do that. They're going to probably put Splatoon in July. Absolute latest August. But of course, we'll see what happens. But yeah, Splatoon 3, Salmon Run is back. Cool. We got to see more of Kirby. I'm not really a Kirby person, but obviously a lot of people are looking forward to this new game because it's the first 3D entry in the series, or true 3D entry in the series anyway, not 2.5D like the previous games have been. So obviously this is really, like, even as someone that doesn't really care about Kirby all that much, this does look pretty cool. Now, am I going to get it? Probably not, but it looks cool. We get to see more of it. We get to see his new mouth mode ability, which is really weird and interesting, but looks kind of neat. I don't know. So we got to see more of it. It's coming out in March, so that's neat. Now comes a game people have also been wanting for years and years and years. That is a new Wii Sports game. And guess what? It's here. And the funny thing about it, they almost completely screwed it up. They were so close to screwing it up. Okay, so basically, the game is called Nintendo Switch Sports. People have been talking about this for years. Oh, you don't have to call it Wii Sports, just call it Switch Sports or whatever, and just call it a day. That's basically what they're doing. They even acknowledged the fact that it's a Wii Sports game, basically, because on the both the official video on YouTube and also on the Nintendo Direct featured page on, well, the Nintendo website, it literally says that this is a new entry in the Wii Sports series. So. And you can tell it's even more so because, I mean, look at the logo. I mean, the Nintendo Switch part's just kind of like there, but the sports part of the logo is clearly a direct rip from the old Wii Sports games. So this is officially a new Wii Sports game, but it's called Switch Sports because, of course, the Wii isn't the thing anymore. And it looks nice. It looks cool. It's kind of weird that golf is coming later, which is because golf has always been there, but whatever. At least we're getting it, I guess. I actually genuinely really like golf and Wii Sports. Like, bowling is a classic, obviously, and like I like tennis. I like Wii Sports. I grew up with Wii Sports like everyone else, both Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. It's cool that we're getting a new game. Getting golf later feels really weird. Like, if it was a new sport made specifically for the game and that was coming later, or even one from Resort, I'd be like, you know what, fine. But why golf? Why is golf the one that's coming later? And why in the fall? This game is coming out in April, and it's not coming till fall? I hope that they got more modes on the way, but that's really, really weird. But let's go ahead and talk about what was, for like 30 or seconds or a minute or whatever, was going to be the easily most controversial thing about the entire Direct. Never mind this game. The fact that at first, it looked like they completely got rid of the Mii's. And maybe on that, I mean, that by itself would already be a big blow, because a lot of the charm of the Wii Sports games and all of the Wii, Wii Fit, Wii Play, all the Wii games is the Mii's and how they interact and how you, and all that stuff. And then of course we have classics like Abby and Matt that have become memes over the years and whatnot. You gotta have the Mii's. It's not a Wii game without the Mii's. And for a minute, it looked like they screwed it up and they didn't bring back the Mii's. And not only did they not bring back the Mii's at first, but the new characters... I haven't looked at any of the reactions to the Switch Sports announcement, but I'm willing to bet a lot of them are going to be like, hell yeah, Switch Sports! And then they're going to see the characters and they're going to be like, ugh, well, those characters, they look so weird and wrong. And then they'll see, and then like a couple minutes later when Takahashi and Koizumi or whatever are like doing their thing, they'll see the Mii's and they'll be like, yay, the Mii's are in the game, yay, they didn't screw it up. That's probably most of the reactions. And you know what? That's pretty much what mine was anyway. It was kind of like, hey, cool, Switch Sports is finally a thing. And then we saw the characters and we were like, oh no, please tell me you can play the Mii's. Please tell me you can play the Mii's. And then they showed the Mii's later and it's like, okay, good. They didn't bungle it up. But it does bring up a question of, why would they not just have the Mii's by default? It's not, I mean, yes, with the Switch era, they've definitely shied away from the Mii's as much as they used to, and I get that, but we had Miitopia last year, and a lot of people were excited about that because, hey, they're actually acknowledging the Mii's, they're not shafting them. Plus, I think Mario Golf had you could use the Mii's at some point, so like they've been slowly acclimating back to using the Mii's again, and they should, because the Mii's are classics. The Mii's should be around for as long as they have consoles. The Mii's are one of the most iconic aspects of modern Nintendo consoles, especially the Wii, of course, which is where they originated. They shouldn't get rid of them. They should be a thing. Even if they're just profile icons like they are on the Switch for the most part, they should at least be a thing. And that's why at first I thought it was really, really, really weird that they would bring back Miitopia, they'd bring back Mii's in some of their other games, and then we get a new Wii Sports game, which is the flagship of games where Mii's are characters, and then they just didn't have Mii's for a second. It was like, whoa, this is really weird. But again, they saved themselves. They showed Mii's later, As long as there's not some big fat asterisk with how the Mii's are implemented, like as long as you can play as a Mii in the same way you can play as any of the new characters, we're good. If the Mii's are like locked behind like a certain mode or something, that would be really, really stupid. I doubt they'll do that, but it does make me wonder, why not just show the Mii's first and foremost? Like, why not have like both? Like, why not have the Mii's be at the forefront and then also have these optional like new characters? I think that would have gone over better. Or again, I haven't seen the reactions, but I'm sure what I said before is probably the reaction most people had. Because it made people really worried for a second. It made us all really worried when we saw that the Mii's weren't there. Not only were the Mii's not there, but these new characters just did not look great. I will admit, the longer I saw them, the more they started to not bother me as much. But obviously, once we saw the Mii's, it's like, okay, good. We got the Mii's. It's all that matters. Who cares about these new characters? We got the Mii's. It's all that matters. So yeah, Switch Sports is here, and they came really close to bundling it up, but they didn't. We got the Mii's. We're good. So, cool. Am I going to get the game? Probably not until Golf comes out. I'll probably get it eventually because I do want to have a new Wii Sports game, but I'm probably not going to get it until Golf comes out during the holidays. So, yeah. Okay. You know what? Let's talk about Xenoblade first because I want to talk because we're going to save Mario Kart for last. Xenoblade 3, this was rumored for a little while. It got announced. It's coming out in September. That's really cool. I know I've only seen a couple of reactions to it, but I know that in HMKs he was like, is that Nia? Is that Nia? And I was looking at it and I'm like, just because she has cat ears, that makes her Nia. Now, to be fair, I am not a Xenoblade aficionado. Most of my exposure to Xenoblade is from Smash. So I know about, I know about Shulk, I know about Rex and Pyra and Mithra, I know about Nia, I know about like some of the other characters from Xenoblade. I know about, some of the locations, but I have a very surface level knowledge of Xenoblade as a whole. So I don't know if this game is going to connect, because Xenoblade 2, to my knowledge, barely connects to Xenoblade 1. It's kind of like how, Persona 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they're all, okay, Persona 1 and 2 have some crossover, but, 3, 4, and 5 in particular, they're all completely separate games. It's Persona 3, Persona 4, and Persona 5, but they're all completely separate with very few connections. It's a completely separate, isolated experience that has no real connections to any of the other games, for the most part. Xenoblade 2 is in that same vein. Xenoblade 2 has very little connection to Xenoblade 1 story-wise. From what I've heard, Xenoblade 3, I don't know if it's going to continue there or not. Again, this is very preliminary from the very few reactions I've seen, but I saw someone talk about how they're integrating elements of the Xenoblade 1 and 2 story in this game. So if they are, that'd be pretty neat. But again, I'm not a Xenoblade guy. I don't know. Don't quote me on any of that. But the point is, Xenoblade 3 is here. That's obviously going to be a big title for quite a few people. Am I going to get it? Well, see, I still haven't played Xenoblade. I still need to play Xenoblade 2. Actually, I want to play Xenoblade 1 in particular. I've got the definitive edition out now, so that'd be pretty cool. I'll definitely get around to playing the Xenoblade games eventually, but I still got other games I need to play. I gotta play SMT5 and Metroid Dread and whatnot. I got other games I need to play before I jump into Xenoblade. But yeah, Xenoblade 3, that's coming. That was the big thing that ended the Direct. Not the biggest thing they could have ended the Direct on, but it was still a pretty solid way to end the Direct. But now let's talk about the big one. What is easily, in my opinion, the biggest announcement in this entire... Oh, yeah, okay, actually, no. Let's talk about the third-party stuff real quick. Okay. There's one main thing I want to talk about when it comes to the third-party stuff, and that is the fact that we're getting Portal on the Switch, which is another thing that nobody saw coming, but I'm really glad that it's a thing. Everyone loves Portal, especially Portal 2. Fantastic games. If you haven't played them already, go play them. They're peanuts on Steam. They're always on sale for like only a couple bucks or whatever. This is going to be apparently $20. So it's going to be $20 for both Portal 1 and 2. And believe it or not, while it obviously will be published by Valve, obviously, it's actually being developed by NVIDIA Lightworks, I believe is what they're called. I want to say that's the same studio that made all of those NVIDIA Shield ports of Wii games a couple of years ago for China. Don't quote me on that, but I know NVIDIA made all... Oh yeah, for those of you that remember like when Galaxy and New Super Mario Bros. Wii and Twilight Princess were released on the NVIDIA Shield in China years ago, those were not made by Nintendo. Those were made by NVIDIA. And this is the same way. This port of Portal This port of Portal is being made by Nvidia, not Valve, but it will be released and published by Valve, and it's going to be $20 on the eShop. I'd like to see a physical version because Portal, actually no, Portal has had a physical version. The Portal 2 came out on, there was the orange box, and then Portal 2 came out on the 360 and PS3. So we have had physical versions, but you know what? I'm not the kind of person that's all about Switch ports, because for the most part, there's no reason for me to buy a Switch port over like a PS5, PS4, or whatever port, because I use my Switch in docked mode primarily, and because of that, I don't get any benefit from having the Switch version, other than so it's just a worse running version of what would be on the other platforms, for the most part. So if Portal... Now, as far as we know, this is only for the Switch. This is not coming to Xbox or PlayStation yet, but if it does, I will get it. I will definitely get the PS4, PS5 version of this if it comes to those consoles. Otherwise, I might get the Switch version because I already have it on PC, but you know what? $20 is not that... Now, to be fair... Now the problem, see, $20 overall I say isn't that bad because one, the games are really good, and second, because like look at a lot of the other Switch ports and the price tags they've had for like really old games. And to be fair, Portal's old. Portal's been around. Portal 2 is 10 years old. Portal 2 is 10 years old, and the first game is like 13 years old or whatever. So like the games are old. And again, they're for peanuts on Steam. They're peanuts on Steam. But if they put out a physical version especially, I might get it. But we'll see. Again, I'm not the kind of person to be all antsy about Switch port, because there's no reason for me to buy a Switch port when I could just buy the game on another console and it'll run better. If I played in handheld mode, that'd be different. Then I get the benefit of having the Switch version, but I don't. So it's just buying a worse version. But to be fair, even if this doesn't come out on the PS5, Series X, Xbox One, PS4, whatever, it's Portal. It's going to run flawlessly on the Switch. It was already, it looked like it was 1080p 60 in the trailer, and again, that's not really saying much, because again, it's freaking Portal. It's the source engine that was made for Half-Life 2 in 2007. It's going to run flawlessly on the Switch. So I'm not too worried about that. But the reason why this whole thing is surprising is because, of course, one, Valve does not do console games. Yes, they did some console games back in the 360 PS3 days. You know, we had the orange box, we had Portal 2, but for the most part, they're PC. They're all about PC. That's what they're most well known. They run Steam. Steam, the PC platform. They are all about PC, and of course, they've expanded into other things like VR with Half-Life Alyx, and of course, well, and this is the big thing I want to bring up is, but of course, the Steam Deck is coming out soon. It's coming out on the 25th. So that's what makes this even more interesting to me, because we're getting Portal on Switch right before the Steam Deck comes out. So it feels really weird. Because yes, Valve is definitely more open than some of the other companies, but it just feels weird because the Steam Deck is technically a competitor to the Switch, and yet they're perfectly fine putting Portal on the Switch. To be fair, Portal's so old now that it doesn't really matter anyway, but still, it's just really weird, you know? But you know what? That's cool. So yeah, there was some other third-party stuff in here. Also, Earthbound is finally coming to the Switch. I know that, of course, earlier today we had Shigesato Itoi, the creator, put out a tweet that was like hinting at something, and people were talking about, oh, is it Mother 3? And of course it wasn't, because no friggin' duds. Mother 3 at this point is not happening. Like, Mother 3 is one of those things that is just, if it was gonna happen, it would have happened by now. It's not happening. If you really want to play it, go play the fan translation. And if we get it at some point, cool. But at this point, I think everyone just needs to give up on it. That's just my honest opinion. But we are getting the original Earthbound, and we are getting Earthbound Beginnings, aka Mother 1, on the SNES and NES Switch Online later today. So if you've been waiting for that, that's cool. And then there was some other third-party stuff, but I don't really have much to say about it, so we're going to move on. Okay, now let's get to the big one. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass. That's right. Almost 5 years after the game came out on Switch, and almost 8 years after it first came out on Wii U, we're finally getting new content. Now, obviously, I feel like if they didn't handle this right, this could have ended up being really controversial. But I think in the end, from what I've seen, most people are actually okay with it because of how much content we're getting. So obviously, this is coming hot off the heels of everyone begging and pleading for Mario Kart 9. Everyone wanted Mario Kart 9. I want Mario Kart 9. You want Mario Kart 9. Vigibeg, I know for a fact, really wants Mario Kart 9. Everyone wants Mario Kart 9 because we're just kind of done with Mario Kart 8. You know, I love Mario Kart 8, but again, the game came out in May of 2014 on Wii U. And I got the game when it first came out. I got the game launch day on Wii U. So this, like, for context, Mario Kart 8 came out in 2014. I was 14 in 2014. You know how old I am now? Take a wild guess. Again, like, I was in middle school. I was in middle school when Mario Kart 8 came out. Then again, I was also in middle school when GTA 5 came out, but that's a whole other conversation. But that's the thing. Mario Kart 8 has been seen as Nintendo's GTA 5, where it's the game that refuses to die. But the big difference between Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and GTA 5 is that GTA 5 has continued to receive updates. Mario Kart 8 hasn't. Yes, we got that one, free update that came out in 2018 that added in the champion tunic for Link, but that was it. And they promised we were going to get more stuff later, and obviously, well, and I believe at the time, they did say that there was more stuff coming, and that never happened, although, I guess if they really want to stretch their word, I guess it did technically happen, but they said that, like, what, 4 years ago? 4 years ago is when the last, like, update that added anything. Like, we've had a couple of, like, small patches, but the last update that added anything was in 2018. And so a lot of people just assumed that we weren't going to get Mario Kart 9 or any new Mario Kart content until the next console. And then, a couple weeks ago, I believe his name is Zippo, started talking about Mario Kart 9 being a possibility and being announced soon. Or at least new Mario Kart content. And he talked about there being Pikmin and ARMS and other franchises being in it. They talked about some new mechanics. And it seemed pretty obvious that he was talking about Mario Kart 9. But of course, a lot of people weren't really going to buy into it. They were like, nah, Mario Kart 9's not happening. And well, I don't know about that. Yeah, Mario Kart 9, that's not happening until, like, that's not happening until the next console or stuff like that. People were joking about them, making Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, where, like, they re-released the game again or whatever. People were joking about that. People really wanted Mario Kart 9, but I don't think anyone had any real faith it was going to get announced, especially now. And then this direct comes along and is like, new Mario Kart stuff. Asterisk. So, what's happening exactly? Well, I already said it, but yes, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is getting paid DLC for the first time since the game came out in 2017. That's, of course, not including the fact that it came out originally in 2014. So finally, after all these years, we're getting DLC. And at first, I thought, okay, obviously it's really cool that we're getting new stuff finally. But the fact that it's still just DLC, especially after all this time, I figured, well, most people would probably be happy. There was definitely going to be some controversy because it's like, why didn't you do this earlier? And we'll talk about that in a second because I have a guess as to why they've waited until now to do it. Even though they said they were going to do it way earlier, apparently, supposedly. But the thing that I think makes this entire thing viable is the fact that it's not just one or two. No, we're getting six waves of new content. This pass, which is going to be $25, by the way, so the same price as like the Fighters passes were. And we'll get into that in a second because there's a connection there. The Fighters passes came with what? 5 to 6. We got, you got 5 to 6 new characters with 5 to 6 new stages. This, which is also $25, it comes with 48 new asterisk tracks. 48 new tracks. And you know how you can see the similarities between the Fighters Pass and this? The fact that they said that this is going to be an ongoing thing until the end of 2023, making it blatantly obvious as to why they waited this long to do new DLC. And why is that? Because Smash Ultimate's done. We got Sora last year. The game's done. No more balance patches. The game is done. The game is done. Smash Ultimate is done, which means Nintendo doesn't have a game they can consistently rely on to drive hype. But now, they do. Because what the Booster Course Pass is is basically just doing the Fighter's Pass, but for Mario Kart. They're basically making the game Mario Kart Ultimate. And you know how you can even tell that? Even more so? The fact that all 48 tracks they're going to be adding over the next year or so are going to be remastered tracks, remade from the old games, including Mario Kart Tour, which is very interesting, and we'll get to that in a second. Meaning that they really are trying to make the game Mario Kart Deluxe. I'm sorry, Mario Kart 8 Ultimate. Oh, hey, Jay. It's nice to see you. But yeah, so... Can you guess what I'm doing? Actually, I know you are doing Sling right now, I think, because I just saw before, like 14 minutes ago, I saw that you, started streaming, but of course I'm doing this right now, so I haven't been watching it, but I'll watch it later when I'm done with this. But anyways, but yeah, so basically, they're taking Mario Kart 8 and they're turning it into Mario Kart Ultimate, basically. And a lot of people were talking about maybe do that for Mario Kart 9, but they just said, you know what? We're not even going to do that. We're basically going to make Mario Kart 9 a $25 DLC. That's basically what this is. Because we're basically getting the amount of content that we would get in an actual game. We're getting, because, 48 tracks, like for context, that's how many tracks are already in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe already has, yeah, thanks for stopping by, Jay. Yeah, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe already has 48 tracks. We're getting literally an entire game's worth of new tracks from this DLC for only $25. And I think that right there is the big reason why I think most people are going to be excited for this. I mean, of course, it's new Mario Kart content, so we're going to be excited anyway. But the fact that it's only $25 for 48 new asterisk tracks is a really good value. That's better than the Fighter's Passes. The Fighter's Passes, like I said before, that's like what? 5 new characters, 5 new stages, 6 for the second one, which we were all fine with because it just meant because more more Smash content is, we just want more Smash content. But this is even a better deal than that. Like, if this was $40, I think a lot more people would be apprehensive. But it's $25. It's the exact opposite of the expansion pass. The expansion pass was infamously destroyed for its horrendous price tag. This is the exact opposite. Instead of giving us barely enough for $50, like with the expansion pass, we're getting an entire game's worth of new courses for only $25. Yes, it's coming really late in the game. It's like 5 years, well, 8 years again if you count the original. 5 years later. 5 years later. But hey, they at least made up for it by giving us a lot. If it was just 1 or 2 packs worth of stages, Smash is on the brand clearly. If this was just 2 waves, or even 3 waves of new tracks, I think people would be like, really? You waited 5 years just to give us 8 new tracks? But no. They're giving us 48. Now, of course, I keep emphasizing the asterisk because these aren't actually new stages like we would see in a Mario Kart 9. These are actually going to be all completely, remastered, not just ported, like remade. They're going to remake 48 old tracks. Which, again, just further emphasizes the fact that they clearly want this to be Mario Kart 8. They want this to be Mario Kart Ultimate. Because what's Ultimate's biggest selling point? Everyone is here. They have all the old characters, plus a crap ton of new ones, and they have most of the old stages, which, of course, is the most relevant to this. Because we may not be getting new characters yet. Maybe they'll do a character pass down the line. But at least right now, we're going to get... They're basically... I keep emphasizing it, but it really has to be said. This is Mario Kart Deluxe. This is Mario Kart Deluxe. This is Mario Kart Ultimate. This $25 pass is going to make Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Mario Kart Ultimate. Will it have every single course? No. But it's going to have most of them, just like how Smash Ultimate doesn't have every single one, but it has most of them. So yeah, I mean, this is the big one. Switch Sport's cool, Xenoblade cool, Mario Strikers cool. This is the big one. This is the big one for me. I think for a lot of people is new Mario Kart content. And from what I've seen, from the little I've seen, most people have basically the same opinion. I wish it was Mario Kart 9, but you know what? I'll take it. And that's pretty much my opinion too. Would I have preferred a Mario Kart 9? Of course I would have preferred a Mario Kart 9, because we would have gotten new characters, we would have gotten proper like new state. Of course, a Mario Kart 9 is what we would want ideally, but $25 for for effectively a Mario Kart 9's worth of courses. Yeah, I'll take that. Honestly, not having new characters I'm perfectly okay with. I know the Mario Kart 8 roster is not I think Mario Kart Wii is the best roster in my opinion, but you know what? It's funny because Smash is all about the fighters. Smash is all about the fighters. The stages are secondary, it's all about the fighters. With Mario Kart, in my opinion, it's the other way around. Yeah, having new characters to race as is cool. But what really matters is the tracks you race on. So having 48 new asterisk tracks, you know what? That's good enough. And you know how I mentioned the expansion pass earlier and how this is the exact opposite way that the expansion pass was handled? Well, you want to know what's funny? This actually makes the expansion pass worth something, or at least more something than what it already is, because they announced at the same time that, well, of course you'll be able to buy the DLC on its own. If you have the expansion pass, just like the Animal Crossing DLC that came out last year, you get it for free. That's right, they're including this DLC in, which is awesome. And for the few people that actually have the expansion pass, you actually get it for free. And I do have the expansion pass from a family plan, granted, so I wouldn't have it otherwise. But I do have it, which means that I'm not even gonna have to pay for it. So this is basically just free DLC, quote unquote. This is basically 48 free, quote unquote, new tracks over the course of the next year or so. So we're gonna get a constant stream of new Mario Kart content. And while yes, obviously I would have preferred a Mario Kart 9, like everyone else has said, I'll take it. I just want more Mario Kart. I wasn't dying for a new Mario Kart. I know that, again, Vigibake, which is, for those of you who don't know who Vigibake is, he's someone that's like been watching a lot of my streams over the last year or so. But yeah, I know he really wants Mario Kart 9, and I am very interested to see what his opinion on this whole thing is. But if you want my opinion, would I have preferred a Mario Kart 9? Yes. Is this coming really late? Yes. Am I still happy it's happening? Absolutely. I am obviously going to be playing these as soon as they come out. In fact, it's not going to be too long because the first wave is coming out in March. So we're going to get our first taste of new Mario Kart content, asterisk. Actually, no, I haven't talked about Tour yet because, of course, actually, that's the thing about this that makes it even better, because the first couple of stages, I keep saying stages, the first couple of courses they're going to, I believe, because they've already reviewed, actually, you know what? Let's go over Wave 1, because we already know what's going to be coming out for Wave 1. Wave 1 is going to be including, let me go and find the website. I know that Coconut Mall is in it. They even played a remix track of it, which is obviously a smart idea, because everyone loves Coconut Mall, of course, is an iconic track. But let's go ahead and actually take a look at the tracks, because darn it, let me try and find it. Yeah, apologies, but yeah, let me go and find it. Let's see. Where's the website? Website. Why can't I find it? I was able to find it earlier, and now I can't find it. Because I want to take a look at all of the tracks that are confirmed for Wave 1. Again, there's going to be 6 waves of new content. 48 tracks. Let's see, where is it? Scroll down. I'm trying to use the wiki to find it, because for some reason I can't find it on my own right now. That's the official American website. Oh yeah, the original Wii U website is dead. But oh no, where's the deluxe website? Give me the deluxe website. Let's see, American website. Here we go. Oh, yeah, they've actually refreshed the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe website a little bit, I can tell. Not drastically, but they did change it a little bit. So let's go to the booster course section here. So the tracks that are confirmed for the first wave are Toad Circuit from 3DS, Choco Mountain from 64. Oh, sorry, okay, because they say 3DS, Wii, you know, they don't say the actual name of the game, they just say, like, the console they're from. You know, Toad Circuit from 7, Choco Mountain from 64, Coconut Mall from, of course, Mario Kart Wii, Shroom Ridge from 3DS, which is a stage I've never really heard of, even though I've played Mario Kart 7 plenty. Sky Garden is from the GBA game. I've never played the GBA game. And then here's the big one. Prance's Promenade from Tour, Tokyo Blur from Tour, and Ninja Het Hideaway from Tour. Now, the big reason why this is notable, and the reason why I had that big fat asterisk for every time I mentioned the past and how there's 48 new courses, is not just because they're all technically remasters, remakes, whatever. It's also because, to most people, including me, all of the Tour courses are basically new courses, because even though Tour, I know, has technically done well financially, most people that care about this have not played Tour. I played Tour a little when it first came out, played it for a couple weeks, but I didn't last very long. I never spent any money on it, obviously, because everyone agreed that was a really stupid idea. The Gold Pass in Tour is really, really stupid. Like, there's no reason for you to get it. You could put that $5 a month towards literally anything else and it'd be better. But basically, all of those new tracks they've been making for Tour over the last couple of years are going to probably be in this. Meaning that, effectively, to 95% of the people that are going to be getting this DLC, those Tour tracks might as well be Mario Kart 9 tracks, because no one's played them because they're on Mario Kart Tour. Nobody likes Mario Kart Tour. So, Prance's Promenade, okay, Tokyo Blur, I think I might have played that one before. But yeah, Ninja Hideaway and Paris Promenade, I've never played those before. Those came out long after I stopped playing Tour. So, and I'm sure we're going to get more Tour tracks later on as well. But yeah, so, effectively, for most people, even though these are all remastered tracks, technically, all the Tour tracks we're going to get are effectively Mario Kart 9 tracks, because most people either haven't played Tour or don't care about Tour. So these are basically new tracks. So that even more just kind of shows that this is actually a pretty good, even a better deal than we might have thought. Like, because we are getting effectively new tracks in the form of the Mario Kart Tour tracks. So if you haven't played that game, like if you've barely played that game like I have and most people, then these are all going to be brand new tracks. They're basically Mario Kart 9 tracks. So that's pretty cool. So yeah. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC. I think I've pretty much said everything I got to say about it. It's really cool that we're finally getting new content. It's cool that it's included with the expansion pack to make that actually worth something. And yes, it's coming way too late. Yes, I would have preferred Mario Kart 9, but you know what? Like I keep saying, you know what? I'll take it. Oh, and one last thing I completely forgot to mention. The Switch Sports. Switch Sports is going to have a test fire of sorts, or a online test, in the same way that Mario Tennis had a couple of years ago. It's going to have that actually in a couple weeks, so be on the lookout for that on probably Twitch. We'll see what happens. I think I want Twitch to be the place I do game streams, but and YouTube to be for stuff like this, or for the reactions. But again, no promises there. But yeah, so I'll definitely be streaming on Twitch or YouTube. Haven't decided yet, but probably on Twitch. I will be streaming that Switch Sports test thing whenever that happens in a couple weeks. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, the Direct. I think it is. Like, a lot of people talk, like, whenever a new Direct comes out, I'll always see a lot of people that are like, oh, this is the best one in a long time. And I've kind of been like, yeah, there's some good stuff in it, but I don't know if I'd call it that. This one, I think, is the best. Okay, it's the best first Direct of the year we've had in years. Because for the most part, this is the best first Direct since March 2018 when they announced Smash Ultimate. And even that Direct didn't have a ton to it outside of Smash. This one has multiple things. It has the new Fire Emblem, asterisk, because it's a warrior game, not an actual new game. We got Mario Strikers, we got Switch Sports, we got the Mario Kart DLC, we got Xenoblade. We got multiple significant things in this Direct. Whereas the March 2018 one, from what I remember, was mainly just Smash at the end, and everything else was just kind of there. At least from what I remember. I haven't watched that one again in a while. But yeah, so. Is it the best Direct of all time? No. Is it the best first Direct of the year in a while? Absolutely, and it's definitely a solid Direct. And with that being said, I guess that's all I really gotta say. So yeah, let me know your thoughts about this Nintendo Direct down below. What did you think about the announcements? Were you happy that we were getting Mario Kart DLC? Are you mad that it's not Mario Kart 9? Whatever your opinion is on any of this stuff, feel free to let me know down below. And with that being said, this is Logan59XP, and I'll see you guys next time.